There's certainly been a lot of controversies for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games, from the opening ceremonies to the disgusting display we saw in women's boxing. But one of the funnier ones we witnessed was the breakdancing competition, which a lot of people were skeptical of that should or should not have been an Olympic sport to begin with. But when we saw the Australian female breakdancer Raygun go out there and perform, it ended up being mocked by millions of people all around the world, and rightly so. It was an embarrassing disgrace. And of course, we saw some people, the teammates out there, the Australian Olympic Committee, come out and say, how dare you not recognize the bravery and courage of her going out to perform her heart out. Well, this is what it actually ended up looking like. I obviously can't play too much of it because of the way the Olympics ends up copyright claiming fucking everything, but it was embarrassing, right? It was completely and totally embarrassing. It looked like someone that should not have been out there. And recently, over the past few days, something has been circulating, something pretty nefarious, alleging that, this person, Raygun, Rachel Gunn, or Raygun as her breakdancing name is, that she actually set a lot of these things up. She rigged the deck. She set it up so her husband was part of the decision-making process. And essentially, a lot of allegations out there that this person schemed and planned their way to get on to the Australian team. Now, the Australian Olympic Committee has since responded to a lot of these allegations in a big petition that is out there. And to be fair, the Olympic Committee has kind of had her back the entire time, calling out people that didn't recognize her bravery and courage, all this bullshit. They have come out and responded and said, all that, it's just a bunch of fucking lies. That didn't happen. They released a long statement where they said, hey, this is the way this played out. These were all the decision makers, the independent decision makers in the process. The husband is her coach, which is why he was allowed to coach her in the Olympics. But in terms of any type of, was there any wrongdoing involved? They are vehemently denying all of this. The petition, which has amassed more than 45,000 signatures, alleged Gunn had manipulated the selection process to her own advantage and questioned whether Gunn's husband was part of the selection panel. But Carroll said the petition contained numerous disgraceful falsehoods and was designed to engender hatred towards Gunn, who said was selected in a transparent and independent process. He said he had written to Change.org demanding the petition be withdrawn immediately. It's disgraceful that these falsehoods concocted by an anonymous person can be published in this way. It amounts to bullying and harassment and is defamatory. It's important that the community understands the facts and that people do not form opinions based on malicious untruths and misinformation. The committee statement debunked a number of claims made in the petition, outlining the judging panel in the qualifying event that Gunn won consisted of 9 independent international judges. It also stated Gunn held no position within the bodies that conducted the event. Gunn's husband, who's a professional breakdancer and Gunn's coach, also held no position within either body and was not a judge at the qualifying event. It also outlined Gunn was legitimately nominated after winning the qualifying event and there were no appeals from other competitors, and that Mears was not involved in the qualifying event nor the nomination of the athletes. Now, take that however you will. Obviously, they've been defending her the entire time. It did a lot of kind of what was suggested was type of, we think this may have occurred. We think this might have occurred, and that's how she ended up there. And now Raygun herself has now broken silence over Olympic breakdancing backlash. Please stop. We'll play a little bit of this. It kind of takes her a while to get into it, but we'll listen to a little.
Hi everyone, Raygun here. I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives. That's what I hoped.
Well, laughter can bring joy. There was certainly a lot of laughter at your expense.
I didn't realize that would also open the door to so much hate, which has frankly been pretty devastating. Well, I went out there and I had fun. I did take it very seriously. I worked my butt off preparing for the Olympics, and I gave my all, truly. I'm honoured to have been a part of the Australian Olympic team and to be part of breaking's Olympic debut. What the other athletes have achieved has just been phenomenal. In regards to the allegations and misinformation floating around, I'd like to ask everyone to please refer to the recent statement made by the AOC, as well as the posts on the Oz Breaking Instagram page, as well as the WDSF Breaking for Gold page.
Now, that's kind of what we just went over, the Australian Olympic Committee's response to some of the allegations that have been floating around out there.
I'm going to be in Europe for a few weeks for some pre-planned downtime, but I'd really like to ask the press to please stop harassing my family, my friends, the Australian breaking community, and the broader street dance community. Everyone has been through a lot as a result of this, so I ask you to please respect their privacy.
Listen, you put yourself out there, right? You decided to go and do this and perform at the Olympic stage and represent your country. You put on a pathetic, embarrassing performance. That's just the fucking reality. So the idea that you wanted to go do this and now want to be completely, you want your privacy. After taking advantage of this publicity and sharing videos and what it means to you and blah, 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 all this shit. Now that there's so much backlash, you're like, I kind of want to be I don't want to be a public person. Please stop. Please just stop this stuff. And you can even see the responses. There needs to be an investigation on how you got into the Olympics. What bothers me is there was probably a young person, perhaps from a lower socioeconomic background, who could not only dance better, but whose lives would have been transformed. Classic narcissistic behavior. What a lack of honest self-reflection. Pretty childish. Look at this one. Don't listen to them, Raygun. I can't break dance either. I don't think that this backlash is going to stop because she's saying, please stop. It's a massive story. It went viral. You got all the attention you wanted. Now, as to these allegations, whether there's any basis in them, the AOC, the Australian Olympic Committee, they did come out and try to debunk a lot of them and reveal how exactly all of their things are judged. But there's still going to be people that have questions. Whenever a pathetic performance like this happens, you got to question, how the fuck did you make it on this team? Crazy story. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.